Hi everyone, this is our next step and our next tool. We're actually going to be working on the elbow in the picture. I showed you in the previous video that when you zoom in, there's a tiny little bit of it in there. But me being the perfectionist that I am, I'm going to show you how to use another tool and how you could approach fixing this. So this is your airbrush tool. As you can see, my colors here are black and white, and obviously I'm not going to want to spray it with black. As you can see, it looks horrible. So what we want to do is press Control and click. It selects the color that's underneath there for you. And then we're just going to slowly add some color to try and make it not look like it was cut out. See? Pretty simple way of fixing an arm. We may ask, why do I use the airbrush and not the paintbrush or the pencil? The reason I prefer airbrush is because there is a difference between the paintbrush, the pencil, and the airbrush. See how hard that is? The pressure, it makes it very hard to use for corrections, especially something that, simplistic. And I'll show you, that's the pencil. This is the paintbrush. And it's a bit better, but still I prefer using the airbrush. I'm sure if you went this way, you could use different tools to help blend it in so that it worked a bit better. But I think just starting out with airbrush makes it a lot easier. The hand. That is never an easy fix. A lot of this is fabrication. So I'm actually going to duplicate this again and work on this. Copy instead. It looks a little too big. When I say fabrication, what I mean is how I said earlier about having to know a little bit about anatomy. Because what I'm going to have to do is kind of draw in what is missing from the hand. You're going to want this small when you start out because there is color variations in the hand. This side is darker than this side. So you want to pick up a color again using the Control and click. And then, because I picked it from here, I want to drag it down using the same airbrush tool. This one's easier because you have the end of the finger to kind of help guide you on what you need to do. And see how I picked there. The color's slightly darker. And I do the same thing. Just drawing out. And this is when blur and smudge kind of go together because you're going to try and make it so these colors look a bit more like I didn't just paint them on there. Right now, I told you I would try and show you a way to better fix this foot right here. You can see that there was an alpha that screwed things up a bit. One of the ways to approach this is perspective clone. This one is definitely where having a different layer is going to be helpful to you. What I actually might do is you can approach it by doing this. This is, I'm pressing Control and I click. What's that? What fat is doing is telling it, I want to clone that specific spot. See? It's taking more of the leg and just bringing it down. So you're going to want to do this for both sides. And again, this is another one where you got to know a bit about anatomy. How will this leg cut down? We're going to want to select from the bottom this time because you can see that the netting gets a bit more, looks different as you go further down. So I'm going to be pulling down this time. Pulling down. Again,